Oh, this is an introduction video to the Get a Grip book. All right, so this all started a couple years ago for me where I wanted to write a field manual. It's kind of like something for gymnasts to be able to take with them to help them to deal with, stress, anxiety, and relationships, and nutrition, hydration, and all the things that go into being a gymnast, especially conquering fear. So I kind of had this idea, and I wrote several chapters of it. But reading back over it, it was painful. It was boring, and it was just dry, and not really something that I thought a lot of people would get behind. So I decided to take some of those same ideas and techniques and kind of wrap them around or into a story. So that was the beginning of the thinking process for me. And so the final product is a story about a little girl who's 10. Her name is Mallory. And unfortunately, Mallory's mother passes away at the beginning of the story. And so she has to go live with her I've never met you before father. His name is Tommy. And he is an ex Navy SEAL. And he actually had no idea he even had a kid. He'd shipped off to basic basically when his girlfriend was pregnant, and she ended up having a kid. Never told him until she was dying, and then he found out. And so then he gets custody of this 10-year-old spunky little girl, and he has to try to convince her back into gymnastics. And through the process of her becoming a gymnast again, she meets Coach Kate. Coach Kate has worked at a rival gym in the Forestville, North Carolina area, which is where the setting of this book takes place. Now, Kate, Tommy, and Mallory all come from difficult situations, whereas Mallory obviously has lost her mother. Tommy is dealing with some PTSD and has suffered a traumatic brain injury from his time in the Navy SEALs. And so he has to deal with overcoming a lot of that adversity and living for another person for the first time. And then Coach Kate is coming out of a pretty bad relationship with an ex head coach coworker of hers. So she leaves the gym that she was working with him, and the three of them all have a long ways to go before they can get to a point where they can say they are healthy and okay. Um, but the story is about Mallory and about Kate and about Tommy, each dealing with the stresses of their lives and what comes in their way. And inside of the story, there's great family values, there's positive psychology, there's tips on nutrition and hydration and sleep and all kinds of things. There's also parts of the book where I laughed out loud writing it. I also shed several tears at times, feeling exactly what my characters were going through. So I think that my book has a lot of really cool, fun characters. My actually favorite characters are not even the main characters. My favorite characters are the secondary characters. Um, I had a lot of fun with them. So Brooklyn is one of my favorites, and she's hilarious and has a huge personality. So I can't wait for you guys to meet all of my characters and for you to learn a little bit more about my story. So I hope when it comes out, hopefully soon, you guys will go pick up a copy, buy an extra copy, send it to another person, and then, tell more people about it. So that's the introduction, and that's what my story is about. Please contact me if you have any more questions or want to know more about the book.